Hey everybody, how's it going? So, February 24th, 2022, I had to look at the date I made the video. I made a video about Pure Talk USA, and yes, about 2 feet to my right is an air conditioner. You will hear that. Sorry, it's hot out. Anyway, so February 2022, I made a video discussing my experience with Pure Talk USA, and I wasn't the most positive then, but I want to bring up a couple things, and this is not going to be something that's probably applicable to most of my typical viewer base, and that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. I promise. I'm not upset. But it might be applicable to those looking at Pure Talk in the future. So, back then, what had happened was I called. I had said, hey, is this phone from T-Mobile compatible? Yes. And then I called and asked about Wi-Fi calling. They said yes, but I did not specifically say, is the Wi-Fi calling compatible with this device? And that's where a lot of the confusion came in, because they told me yes, and so I ordered my service, and then I found out that the phone was actually barely compatible at all. So I called them, and they said what I wanted to do was I wanted to buy my new phone through them, and they told me that they couldn't give me the price because of I didn't buy it at the time of service, and this really pissed me off. But I had just screwed things over with T-Mobile, and because I realized, I figured sticking with it is going to be better than fighting to get my phone line back with T-Mobile and all that. So I stuck with it, and I went to the Apple store and I bought a iPhone 13 mini. I actually paid more for the phone going to Apple than I would have if I had just bought it from them. Like I said, I was pissed. And but I have been with them now since February of 2022. So I had put out a negative video. Well, not necessarily negative, but not necessarily a positive either. More of a warning, this could happen to you. It's been a year and a half. You're still with Pure Talk. I thought you were pissed at them. Honestly, they have been a very great phone service for me. I think in the first video, I said that they were through T-Mobile. Some people said that they're possibly through AT&T. Either way, it does require a SIM card. But I had a couple people from Pure Talk reach out to me and tell me that they had seen my video and that they are using it that they use that situation to train future employees. And I think that's great. That they go, okay, we messed up. Now we can use this situation to train new employees. Since then, I have then put my mother on Pure Talk as well. I'm actually looking for an email. I'm not. All right. So my mother is now with Pure Talk. Being a senior citizen, she was trying to use that assurance, I think. Whatever it is, it's the one that they get through the government, and they give you a free phone, but she's had nothing but problems with the phones. They keep sending her these, like, phones from brands you've never heard of. Going, and then, like, 2 weeks later, they stop charging. You know, she's just had problem after problem with them, and I eventually was like, look, you can afford $35 a month, right? Because I think she's either on the 30 or 35. I think I'm looking at it now. It's the 35 that we gave her, because there's no way. No, we're on she's on the 30 plan, because she's not going to use over 6 gigs of data. So she's on that. She's been on that for a couple months now. Has been very happy with it. They gave her a Samsung Galaxy J series phone. Not something I would want to use every day, but it's a hell of a lot better than what they were giving her through the senior citizen thing. And but then the other day, this was actually July 12th, I get an email that your plan has changed. That they are giving you more data and more for at no extra cost. And I looked it through. There's no fine text, like, it's going to be you're not going to pay for. So I use the $55 a month plan, which is the unlimited plus 15 gigs of hotspot. I haven't really used the hotspot that much, but I definitely have used a lot of data. Because I use Apple CarPlay a lot, so that uses a lot of data. And so I now have unlimited data, but now 20 gigs of hotspot. And now instead of 10 gigs of data, she has, or instead of 6 gigs, she has 10 gigs of data. So that's pretty cool that they did that. I have really had no issues as far as their customer service goes. I know somebody like 2 days ago put a comment on my video that I guess some phones, the batteries expanded and then they didn't want to help them, but they said in the comment that they didn't get the extra service plan with it, so, and that the phones were out of warranty, or were they out of warranty? Oh, how did she word it? I'm sorry, I really don't. Somebody a couple years ago made a comment that, when I'm doing my videos, I tend to look at my phone a lot, and I actually took that to heart, and I've been trying to do better about that. But yeah, she says, it might be he, Monty, probably he, that I did not buy the insurance because I've never experienced a problem. Both Samsung phones, batteries expanded, broke the phones, tried to get their non-customer service to do anything about it. They declined. So here we were with a service and no phones for that service. So switched to consumer cellular. Pure Talk was, but they don't say how they had. They say they had them for over a year, but they don't say what year it was. Because, like I said, last year my customer service experience was not good. Over the next year or so, I've had very good customer service. I've only had to call them a couple of times. Like, before I ordered the phone for my mother, I just straight up said, "Look, I need to know because of this. If she gets this Samsung phone from you guys, will it work on Wi-Fi calling? Because we live in a hollow metal tube. We live in a trailer in the middle of nowhere. Will this phone work on Wi-Fi calling?" And she says, as far as I know, every phone that we sell, that's the important part that a lot of people didn't or don't realize is they're now saying that if they sell the phone, it works on Wi-Fi calling. When I called initially to get my service, the only phones that they had working, and this was in February 2022. Now we're in July of 23. But at that time, only iPhones worked with the Wi-Fi calling. I probably would have gotten an Android had if they were available, but I actually kind of like my iPhone, which might confuse a lot of you because I don't. If you watch my channel, I'm not a big fan of Apple products. Even though I have an eMac sitting right there, I have a MacBook Pro sitting right there, I have a stack of iBook G4s sitting there. I have a Mac Mini in my living room, but I don't like Macs. No, I'm a Linux guy. I like my ability to build computers, like the computer sitting right behind here that we built the other day on the channel. That was actually a fun build. I need to get doing my Linux reviews now. But I've had nothing but good experience with them. I called a few months back. We were going to go. My mother was going to try to finance a phone, but there was some issue where she couldn't finance the phone through them. And we were on the phone for like an hour with them trying to get it to go through. It wouldn't go through. They have been very helpful. The one time, though, I wanted to say something. I believe their tech support all work from home, which is actually kind of cool. But the one girl I talked to there, her smoke detector needed a battery changed, and you were sitting there talking to her. I think I was talking to her for like 25 minutes. You just hear it about every couple minutes, beep, beep. It was kind of funny. I wanted to say something, but I also didn't want to be rude. I wanted to be like, ma'am, you really need to change. I wanted to be like, look, I'm a former firefighter. You need to change the battery in the smoke detector. But I didn't want to be rude about it. But like I said, I've been with them long enough, like over a year and a half. I've been actually planning to do this video. I wanted to do this video in February because that would have been a year. But circumstances did not allow that to happen. And but now I've been with them long enough that I am personally comfortable with the experiences that I've had with them. I am personally comfortable putting my name out there and saying, hey, I would recommend them. Now, this is not a paid video of theirs at all. In fact, if Pure Talk wants to, sponsor a video, I would actually be willing to allow that. Because I've said before, I have never done a sponsored video. I don't really know how to, but I would if I trust the company. If T-Mobile said, hey, can you do a sponsored video? No. What's the other one I keep seeing a lot? Factor. Factor, they've offered me... Wait, no, Factor wasn't the one that offered me. It was a different company. But, like, they're like, oh, well, we'll give you, it was another, like, one of those prepaid for food services. It's like, $50 for a 30-second spot. It's like, nah. I get it because I also get those CD key people because I do tech stuff. But I just wanted to get this video out there and say that I understand that, like I said, I've never heard of Pure Talk until they started sponsoring Ben Shapiro, and that's actually the discount code I used to get mine, and then we also used his code to get her, because I think she got $50, or she only had to pay $50 for the phone, and then half off for 3 months. So it was actually a pretty good deal. But I'm not really a big reviewer, but they, like I said, I've driven to Michigan with this coverage, and I've driven all around New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and everywhere that I would have service with T-Mobile, I have service with them. That's why I had said in the past, that, in the other video, that everywhere I had service with T-Mobile, or I thought it was T-Mobile, because everywhere I have service with T-Mobile, I do have service with them, and everywhere I don't, I don't. That being said, I can't promise that everybody's going to have the same experience. That can be said for anything. I've had good luck with Lenovo ThinkCentre computers. You get a Lenovo, freaking motherboard blows up. Hey, this guy on YouTube said they're great. Sorry, we try to do what we can, but can't do everything. That being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this. Like I said, I've used them now for 1.5 years. My mother's been using them for 2 or 3 months, I think. I don't have any discount codes because I'm not sponsored. You can always check like Ben Shapiro, or just type in Pure Talk discount codes. I'm sure they're out there. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a blessed day, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.